Hello! So, it is time for week 3 of the SxOC Open Cup. So we had obviously a very unfortunate week last week, not really due to a loss, just due to Showdown being not great at times. Regardless, like, that's in the past, that's nothing. It's like, we could have tried to do something about it, but I was so tired. So, regardless, we've got to move forward. As of right now, actually, we are second in the standings, which is kind of surprising. There's still a couple of matches to be played, other than our own, for this week. But by the end of it, there's going to be two 2-1s. The winner of this match against Guithu and the PK Gengars, and the winner of another match. I believe it's actually the match between the two players we've actually played so far, Geo and Jif. I believe they're playing this week. So that's quite exciting. So someone's ending up 2-1. There's going to be two people ending up 2-1. As for, I believe I might be butchering this name. I do apologize if I am. Guithu. And the PK Gengars, they have a pretty scary team. They've got Aegislash, Garchomp, Necrozma, Zapdos, Gyarados, Rabombi, Drapion, Lycanroc, Virizion, Magmortar, and Jinx. They've actually brought some of their lowest tier stuff like already. Things like Lycanroc put on a bit of work last week. Virizion, they brought it Scarfed week 1. They also brought Magmortar and Jinx like already, so they're willing to bring their lower tier stuff. Though here I'm not sure if it makes a lot of sense. So we'll have to see. Scarf Virizion could be a thing. Gyarados put on a clinic last week and got 4 KOs. Yeah. As for what I'm kind of expecting, I feel like kind of like the top 5 and then one more. Zapdos, Necrozma, Garchomp, Aegislash, Gyarados. I think all of those are very likely to come. And probably are the things I'm most worried about. As for the 6th, I'm going to put a guess on if I were to say 1, I would say Drapion. But I could also see Virizion taking his place. I don't think Rabombi comes here. I don't think webs are good here, to be honest. They could try and do a Quiver Dance set, but I just don't see it happening. I think I've got too many answers. So. Yeah, so it's a scary one, but we're also doing some interesting stuff. And I seem to be doing a lot in this league. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm kind of trying to use mons in interesting ways to make them more unpredictable. But yeah, we're also bringing some different Pokemon. Already starting off with a different one. We've got Mudsdale. We're actually bringing Mudsdale. We're not bringing Registeel, we're bringing Mudsdale because I need something to check Garchomp. I believe it actually breaks subs with EQ. I actually didn't check that. If it doesn't, then I might have to do something about that. Toxic, Stealth Rocks is my dedicated rocker, and Rest. Keeping this thing healthy is going to be quite important. There's going to be a few things it can come in on, mainly Garchomp, as long as it's not set up. Which it likely is, but like having Mudsdale healthy is quite nice, and there's no other move I think I would have wanted anyway for this week, so I feel pretty comfortable with just having Rest on Mudsdale. We do have Heal Bell on Vaporeon, which we'll get to in a little bit. Next up, another new one, Tauros. I'm really happy to bring in Tauros. We're actually bringing a bit of a mixed Tauros. Body Slam, Rock Slide, EQ, and Ice Beam. Ice Beam 2 at KOs, max HP Garchomp. Mega Garchomp, that is. We've got enough speed to outspeed Virizion. I'm not going to bother with Speed Ties on Lycanroc. So we've just gone for Virizion and a little bit. The rest in kind of put in special attack. This actually does a lot of work against their team. Because a lot of the Pokemon that I kind of said I'm expecting actually don't switch into this very well. Like Aegislash can switch in, but then takes an EQ. Garchomp can switch in, but then takes an Ice Beam. Necrozma switches in, and I don't even think Necrozma, even Fizdef Necrozma, truly appreciates a Body Slam. Zapdos can come in. I've got a Fierce Static, but again, I am bringing Heal Bell for a reason. Gira, I don't know. If it was defensive Gira, then maybe. Rabombi doesn't appreciate it. Drapion doesn't appreciate it, and then speed it. Lycanroc would be okay, but like they've got to like they'd have to take a lot of damage coming in. Virizion, same deal. There's a lot of Pokemon that just don't like get Taurus in at the right time, and it will just punch holes. And that's kind of the idea. Next up, Mew. It's finally time to do something interesting with Mew. We are Carmine Restock Store Power. So I wanted a Mew that could beat a sub-toxic Aegislash, and that's what this is for. I am not expecting SD. I do not expect SD Aegislash. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Not into my team. I don't see why you would bring SD Aegislash into my team, because I've got Buzzwole. Like, Buzzwole just hard stops that. And I've also got things like Rotom Heat, which really can shut that thing down. Mudsdale, which I'm bringing, can shut it down as well. Like, I feel like SD doesn't make enough sense here. So I feel like they're gonna give Subtoxic, which they've been going like the last couple times they brought it, but yeah. So yeah, max HP, max defense, and a little bit of speed creep, just in case. I think it's for like Zapdos. Yeah, just in case they're not running any speed on Zapdos. I don't know what kind of Zapdos they're gonna bring. I don't think offensive makes sense. But it might be. I feel like it's just gonna be a Boots Defogger this week, so. Or maybe Scarfed. Scarf I could see for Aero. Next up, Vaporeon. We're bringing a lot of physical defensive Pokemon. There's a few physical attacks I am quite worried about. This one is more so hit Gyarados. +1, this will actually take a Gyarados hit. It will take a Gyarados Power Whip. Put a Speed Creep a little bit, just in case of Aegislash trying to Speed Creep. And then a little bit in Special Attack. We're running Wish Protect, Heal Bell, Scald. The Scald actually, like, almost Oko's, almost guarantee Oko's Lycanroc, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Gyarados is kind of scary. I wish I could have run something else on it, but, like, just being able to pivot around and get into the right position, I think, is kind of important. Though I'm not really sure what Vaporeon's going to do. I guess I'm just praying for a Scald Burn. But, like, I can't afford to not run any other moves on this thing, so. Yeah. Though I wish Vaporeon got an electric move. Though they have run Wakon Berry, so I'm not sure. Next up, we're going defensive Rotom Heat. It sucks I've got to go defensive, but I needed something to take Zapdos. So here we are. Because otherwise nothing on my team was going to take Zapdos. Originally I didn't have that much special defense, so I was just going for a little bit. Like for Aegislash. But I've gone with way more special defense to help take Zapdos stuff, and then the speed is honestly completely random. I said, all right, I'm going faster than a no speed Garchomp. How much? Sure, that'll do. It's kind of my random speeds that I feel like just throw people off, and it's what I like to do. I just throw random speeds on things, so like people are kind of forced to respect it. And then last but not least, we got Aero. We're actually pretty bulky. We're only going for... Again, I don't expect Rabombi here, so we're only actually going for Lycanroc. Stone Edge, EQ, Ice Fang, Roost. I'm not bringing Dual Wing Beat, like, at all, and it's weird. But, like, what am I hitting with Flying-type moves against their team? Like, Virizion, that I'm not expecting, because Aero beats it, like, super hard. Rabombi, I'm not expecting. I feel like I'm probably not respecting Rabombi enough, but I've got Rotom Heat, so it should be fine. But Stone Edge, Earthquake, Ice Fang, Roost. I feel there's a couple of things, mainly Necrozma, that I think wants to come in on this. I think Necrozma is going to be try and be their check to Aero. That or a defensive Gyarados. Because like if I just Stone Edge and Zapdos comes in, it's gonna die if I hit it again. So the coverage, it just helps so much. I was really contemplating between Sub and Roost. I felt like Roost for the no, I'm gonna go Sub. I think Sub is so important. Like, Sub just eases predictions, and easing predictions with a Pokemon like Mega Aero, which literally 2-hit KOs their entire team other than Necrozma. And if I get any chip on Necrozma, like the rocks rocks are potentially enough to kill Necrozma. Like, that's all the chip I need. Like, on max HP. If it's, like, more physically defensive, which it likely is, then sub isn't as useful, then Roost would be, but, like, at the same time, I can also just, like, Necrozma, if it's defensive Necrozma, that's prime setup Mew bait. Because then Mew just comes in, starts sending them Calm Minds, and like I say, if Drapion comes in, they've got no answers to it. So, because it's not store power, it's Calm Mind, so it actually deals damage. So, I was considering store power, but I don't think it actually beat Necrozma. I actually made a lot of this team, like, a little bit ago. I kind of finished it off today. So yeah, I think the reason why I'm actually going Calm Mind over store power is because I believe it actually doesn't beat Aegislash. It doesn't beat defensive Necrozma, I believe. Or at least it doesn't, like, OHKO them. Whereas this way, like, yeah. Wear down some of the faster pieces. We should be good. With this thing, late game this will probably clean up. If not, Tauros or Mega Arrow will do it. And we've got a really nice defensive core with Mudsdale, Vaporeon, and Rotom Heat. I never really talked about Rotom Heat's moveset, Volt Switch, Overheat, Default, kind of standard, but the interesting one is Will-O-Wisp. In case, like, I can see Garchomp coming in on this a decent amount, just because, like, what am I going to do? And the fact that I can burn it, makes it so that any, like, physical Swords Dance set is not as scary, which is kind of the one I'm more worried about. And if it's special, then, like, Rotom Heat can actually take its hits for days. Otherwise, like, you know, I've got other things, I think. I actually don't have a lot for special. Whatever, I should be fine. I'm going to try and not worry about things. Mainly because I need to go to sleep. So, yeah. Pretty quick team builder. But we're playing the match later today. So, I'll see you guys for the match. And we're back. Guithu just messaged me, saying they're ready. Which is awkward because I was about to try and get my phone on charge. So, I just draft, show all teams. Let's go. GLHF, I called pretty much everything. It is Drapion. I think I got it exactly right. I've really got to go with more on my gut, on what people are going to bring. Okay, so I want to just leave Rotom here. Rotom's pretty much good into everything. We've got to take out that Drapion before my Mew can win. Yeah, we should probably get a live battle link. And they do leave Garchomp. Okay. Sorry for the recording stopping. I'm just gonna burn it, turn 1. And they're actually gonna Stone Edge, and we live. No, come on. I live. And this Chomp would have been rendered useless for the game. Oh, and then a crit Dragon Claw. Okay. That's so unfortunate. Okay. So, what's more impactful here? Getting a Toxic on something or setting up rocks? Probably setting up rocks here. They set up their own rocks. I'm trying to throw out Toxic. Alright, they go into Gira. Getting a Toxic on this thing is nice. Makes it a lot less scary. I don't know if there's going to be a point in which I can defog. But they've got to worry about rocks for the rest of the game as well. So I'm going to go into Vaporeon. The DD. Now, what is the percent chance? Because I may have to just go for this. What's it called? Gira? So, how it doesn't always KO from Jolly Gira +1. I am at 94. It's a 1 in 4. And how much does my skull do? There's nothing. I'm gonna wish. It was a 1 in 4, dude! It's a 1 in 4! Come on! This luck has been, like, unreal. This has been unreal luck. Like, no joke. This has been unreal luck. I have to rest. So that was a Will-O-Wisp met. Like, literally every single turn that could have gone wrong has gone wrong so far. And that's so annoying. We Will-O-Wisp missed the Garchomp, which means... like, sure, I would have sacked my Rotom for it, but that would have meant Garchomp was useless for the game. I lose the 1 in 4. I have to stay in. I'm just gonna click rest again. I don't want to give away what I'm doing. I just go to Drapion. Say rested for a turn. I've got to go Mudsdale. Let's set up a layer of T-Spikes. I mean, going for a Toxic here is a kind of a greedy play. I don't think you SD, and I don't think you can do a lot, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic. They're bringing Gira to die as I Toxic. They're bringing Aegislash. This will be Toxic for sure. But I do have rest. I do have EQ on Arrow. Do I take a +2 Shadow Sneak? So, Arrow versus Aegislash. +2 Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I take a +2 Shadow Sneak. Okay, so I'm going to go for an EQ. They miss a Toxic. I don't care. I have rest. That doesn't seem that defensive. Hang on. Aegislash? Not Aegislash, Mudsdale. Let's shield form. Right, because this one's got air balloon, so no item. Oh no, it is bulky. It's bulky. So they miss a Toxic, which is unfortunate on their part. I'm going to Toxic. They're going to King Shield to Scout. Just to, like, so they see me predicting a switch. I will then go for the EQ. They sub up, okay. So I get the EQ off. Kind of nullifies what they're doing. They cannot sub again. If they... I mean, it's not like they're getting very far. So I'm Toxic. Come on! Are you serious? That is another crit! Please understand my frustrations here. I would have lived 2 and been able to rest. Please understand that I am frustrated about this. I have to switch. They don't actually have a switch into this, which is nice. So I EQ. After rocks, I think EQ plus Ice Beam is a KO on thingy. How much does Rock Slide do to defensive Zapdos? Zapdos. Utility. If it's max defense, I think it's not even a 2-hit KO. But they just King Shielded, okay. The thing is, what do they do to me? If they what, sub? I'm gonna Rock Slide. Yeah, okay, we got him. Okay, no boots. No leftovers, which means we get the... We call the switch correctly. This is an offensive Necrozma. They haven't brought it in all game. They're not using it for rocks. This is an offensive Necrozma. I'm gonna go for it. Not gonna overpredict. We get the Zapdos. Okay, that's really, really good. They go to Drapion. Drapion. Okay, well, regardless of not getting a KO on this thing, but I think getting the damage is important. There's a lot of damage, dude. Just go for the knockoff. And I'm going to go to Aero, and I'm not going to overpredict. I'm going to EQ. In fact, there's no reason for me to overpredict. I'm going to EQ. Yeah, we get it. Okay, Mew can win now. Mew can win. Let me just double check. Necrozma. Next draft. Necrozma. It's gonna have Dark Pulse most likely. Does it get Nasty Plot, does it? No. Okay. Mew versus Necrozma. Oh, you can't mind. Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is a 2-hit KO. On max special attack. If it's Fizz, Def, Necrozma, which I'm expecting here, I mean, it's full screen, versus Aero, because I can still win this. After all that's happened, I can still win this. Stone Edge is not going to 2-hit KO, no way. I think they're bringing this thing in knowing they can take 2 hits. I'm going to go to Mew. They are Iron Defense. Iron Defense Body Press? Does that beat my Mew? Does that beat my Mew? Please don't tell me that beats my Mew. If they're max defense, plus 6 defense, body press. Please don't tell me that beats my Mew. Plus 6 body, plus 6 body body press doesn't beat my Mew. No way. So I get a rest talk off here. And they Calm Mind as well, so it's a Calm Mind war. So it's Iron Defense, Calm Mind. I don't know if it's going to be Body Press. They are faster, actually. So we're going to play Calm Mind game. But I have Store Power. With how this game's going, I'm really worried about a crit. Store Power. If they're store power... I didn't think about them being store power. I did not think about them being store power either. It's a roll, I think. If it's store power, they get it. And I think that is game. My Mew isn't faster. Stone is crit, maybe. It's all I've got. I can't even hit I can't even get a chance to see if I'll crit the goddamn Stone Edge. I'm so annoyed at that match, you cannot understand. Like, you cannot understand how annoyed I am. Miss burn on the Garchomp, crit my, Mudsdale, they crit my Mudsdale again with this, they got a crit drop on the Mudsdale with the Shadow Ball. I cannot explain how annoyed I am with that match. So, and that was a Stone Edge miss at the end. I didn't consider them being store power, to be fair. Like, Iron Defense store power. That's very fair. That was also a 1 in 4 roll. Hang on. I'm gonna ask them if they were adamant. Because if they were Jolly, that was a 1 in 4. Because they should have been Jolly, otherwise Aero outsped them. Like, they missed a Toxic, who cares? I had Rest. I was gonna Rest in their face if I, if they hit a Toxic. Whereas missing the Willow on the Garchomp made literally... Sure, my Rotom was dead anyway, but it also meant my Mudsdale was half dead already. Like, literally look at the first few turns of this game. I can probably figure out if they were Adamant Gira, actually. Based on the crunch damage. So, GY or a dose. Crunch. That is Jolly damage. They might have been adamant. Wait, how did they do so much damage? What? Were they Expert Belt? There might have been Expert Belt. Yeah, Mew took 51%, so... Expert Belt? How did they do so much damage to my Mew? What? Oh, I'm not calculating +1. That's why. I'm not calculating +1. So, take off Expert Belt. Could have been Adamant. It would have been low roll Adamant or mid roll Jolly. I'm gonna say they're Jolly. Okay. They were Adamant. Jollies. Yeah, no, I'm super, like, so the power whip didn't matter. If anything, I protected, you know, Adamant against my Vaporeon, with power whip. So without the protect, so yeah, with 94%, it was an 83% chance. If I protected, it was a 43% chance. So I don't know. And if I was actually, because if I protected and I saw it KO'd, then I could have gone to Aero. Well, I could have gone to Aero and get it out because I would have outsped. So, please understand my frustrations. Again, a Will-O-Wisp missed turn 1, which lets the Garchomp at least be a threat for the rest of the game instead of, you know, not doing anything. As I'm, like, I then get crit immediately, and then get crit later, which forces my Mudsdale out, which was 1v1ing the Aegislash, which forced my Tauros in early. Like, please understand that kind of frustration. I made some reads to try and bring this one back, but I just couldn't. I didn't have the resources. Like, if I, like, Aegislash could have gone down early, or I could have tried to get Toxic on the Zapdos. If Mudsdale didn't get crit. Because there was nothing else they were going to go into at that point. They weren't going to risk a Toxic on Necrozma. I had to get them... I had to get Immune quicker. So... Or just, you know, go for a Stone Edge. So, I don't know. I think I played reasonably well. I think, obviously, I took a risk with the Vaporeon. But it's not like I had anything that I could have gone into. Really. I need to have a lot for +1 gear. So. Maybe I should have just brought Max Speed Arrow. So. It happens. I am going to be annoyed about it, though. Just simply put, I will be annoyed about it. Because now that puts us 1-2 and -1 differential, which puts us out of playoff spots. And this was a very, very winnable matchup. Garchomp would have been neutered. Aegislash would have been neutered. Zapdos could have been neutered instead, and I would have had a Tauros that could have come in late game that could have swept. Instead, I had nothing. Instead, I had a Mudsdale that didn't have any health. Like, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys for next time. But yeah, please understand that I'm very upset. So, take it easy, everyone. Peace.